I told my mom what I saw my brother doing with his girlfriend. My brother Ryan is 32 and his girlfriend Amy is only 21. They live about 15 minutes away but came to stay at our house last weekend for my dad's birthday party. Ryan and I aren't close at all, like we barely talk even when he visits. But Amy seemed really sweet and she actually goes to the same college as me, so I thought maybe we could be friends. The age gap between them is pretty weird considering she's basically my age, but whatever. He's my brother and if he's happy, then fine. Saturday night around 10:30, Ryan said they were going out for drinks. My parents were already asleep. Amy didn't look super excited about going out that late, but she grabbed her purse and followed him anyway. I didn't think much of it and went back to doing my homework in the kitchen. They came home around 1:30 in the morning. I heard the door open and watched them walk through the kitchen. Amy was absolutely wasted, like she could barely walk in a straight line, was slurring her words, the whole thing. Ryan was holding her up, but he looked completely sober. I asked if she was okay, and Ryan said, yeah, she just had a couple drinks and she's fine, but she clearly wasn't fine. She could barely keep her eyes open. He was trying to rush her downstairs to the basement where they were staying. I felt weird about it, but figured it wasn't my business. About 10 minutes later, I heard a phone ringing on the kitchen counter. It kept ringing and ringing, so I went to check it. It was Amy's phone, and there were 3 missed calls from someone named Mommy with a heart emoji. That seemed really strange to me because why would her mom be calling her 3 times at almost 2 o'clock in the morning unless something was seriously wrong? The phone started ringing again, and I decided I should probably bring it down to her. I knocked on the basement door and didn't really wait before going down because I figured she'd want her phone if her mom was calling. As I was walking down the stairs, I heard these grunting sounds that suddenly stopped, then some fast rustling and movement. That's when it hit me what was probably happening, and I felt sick. I stopped and said really loud that I was just bringing her phone because someone kept calling. Ryan yelled up that it was fine and to come down. When I got to the bottom of the stairs, he was standing there in just a towel, looking super nervous and uncomfortable. Amy was under the blankets on the bed, and from what I could see of her shoulder, she looked like she was naked, and she was completely passed out or asleep, like not moving at all. The smell in the room made it pretty obvious what had been going on. I gave him the phone and got out of there as fast as I could, but I couldn't stop thinking about what I'd seen. Amy had been so drunk she could barely stand, and Ryan had looked totally sober. She's basically the same age as me, and the whole thing felt so wrong. I couldn't sleep all night. In the morning, I told my mom everything and asked what I should do. She listened to the whole story and her face got really serious. Later that day, Ryan came upstairs alone and I said hi, but went straight to my room. I could hear my mom talking to him quietly. Then a few minutes later, he came into my room looking angry as hell. He told me I was making up serious accusations about stuff I didn't understand and that I needed to stay out of his business. I told him I wasn't accusing him of anything, but that I felt really uncomfortable about what I saw, especially because Amy was so drunk. I said if I was in her position, I'd want someone to speak up. That made him even more mad. He said I didn't know what I was talking about and stormed back downstairs. When they both came up later, Ryan wouldn't let me talk to Amy at all. Her eyes looked really red and puffy, like she'd been crying, but I couldn't tell for sure. Then Ryan rushed them both out, saying they were going to get breakfast. My mom thanked me for telling her, but my dad said I might have overstepped and that I'd feel bad if I got Ryan in trouble. That made me feel guilty, like maybe I'd made everything worse. A few days later, my mom told me Amy was safe. The calls from her mom that night were because Amy had called her earlier saying she felt weird after having drinks with Ryan. Apparently this had happened before under similar circumstances. My mom drove Amy to wherever she wanted to go, and Ryan went home separately with my dad. The girl is safe now and knows everything that happened. My parents also told me some stuff about things Ryan did when I was younger that they'd kept from me to protect me.